Hello, good day everyone. So this video lesson is all about sigma notation. Here are the learning objectives. So at the end of the lesson, you should be able to first define sigma notation. Second, you have to identify parts of sigma notation. And lastly, you have to expand and evaluate sigma notation. First, what is sigma notation? So it is a short and convenient way of writing the sum of several terms in a sequence. So we use the symbol, the Greek capital letter sigma, or ito siya. Ayan, ito. Or sometimes we call this as, or we read that as summation. So it means yan, sum. Okay, or to add all the terms. Ayan. Okay, like for example, if we have 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10. Okay, if we're going to write that in sigma notation, ang magiging itsura po, okay, ng ating, ayan, ayan. So, ganito siya. Yan, para magiging ganyan siya. So, we can read that as the sum, okay, the sum of 2n as n goes to 1 from 5. Ayan. So, ganyan kung paano natin siya isulat at kung paano natin siya basahin. Again, kung meron tayo, for example, ganito, we can write that in sigma notation through this one. Ito. So the sum of n, the sum of 2n as n, okay, goes from 1 to 5. Okay, so yung start, ilalagay natin dito sa baba, yung end, ilalagay natin dito sa taas. Okay, ulitin natin kung paano siya basahin. The sum of 2n as n goes from 1 to 5. Okay, so that's how you do the sigma notation. So, both expression ito, this one and this one, okay, exactly the same thing sila. Okay, yan. So, next tayo. Ayan. So, we have these parts of sigma notation. Okay, so ito. So, gaya nga ng sinulat ko kanina. So, a sigma expression generally looks like ganito. Okay, sum of a sub n, okay, sum of a sub n as n goes from m to k. Okay, so that's how you read it. Okay, so ito yung mga parts natin. So ito, of course, yan yung ating tinatawag na sigma. So ang ibig sabihin yan ay add the terms. Okay, so you have to add the terms. Yung n natin, siya yung tinatawag natin na index. Okay, so the variable that changes. Okay, yung n natin. And then for our m, that is the lower limit o parang kung saan, kung ano yung start. Okay, yung first term, kung baga. Okay, so siya yung start. And then, for k naman, that is the upper limit. Siyempre, siya yung pinakamataas or siya yung ending. Okay, ibig sabihin, where to stop. Okay, and then for a sub n, that's the general term. So, yun yung parang pinaka-formula for each term kung paano mo siya nakukuha. So, later on, we will be having an example. Kasi, for sigma notation, we will be relating this to arithmetic and geometric sequences or series. Okay? So, yung a sub n natin, yan yung parang pinaka-pattern niya or rule niya, kumbaga. So, formula for each term, kung paano nakukuha yung term sa bawat sequence, okay, na given natin. Ayan. So, those are the parts of sigma notation. Ayan. So, ito, Next, how to expand sigma notation. So, sabi dyan, step 1, okay, you have to identify the starting value. Right? Kasi nga meron tayong tinatawag na lower limit and upper limit. So, kailangan alam natin na mag-identify kung ano yung first term kumbaga natin. Okay? Yung first term. Okay? Second, of course, kung may start, meron din tayong ending value or yung pinaka last term natin. And then, substitute each value into the formula. So later on, we will be having again a numerical example for you to further understand what we are talking about here. Okay, and then lastly, add all the resulting terms. Okay, so that's how you expand the sigma notation. Yan. Yan. So, let's have the first example. So, sabi dito, expand the following notation. Okay, so pagbabasahin natin itong notation na given, ayan, the sum of 2n as n goes from 1 to 5. Okay, before we expand that, before we answer this question, let's first identify the parts. So, para ma-review kayo, going back, okay, sa kanina. So, ito, we call this as sigma. Or meaning, we have to add all the terms, okay? Or it means sum. Okay? So, sigma. Ayan. And then, this one naman, yung n natin, siya yung tinatawag natin na index. Right? And then for 1, that is our lower limit. Ibig sabihin, siya yung, kung sequence yung pag-uusapan natin, siya yung first term, kumbaga. Okay? And then for 5, that is the upper limit or this is where to stop. That is our last term. And then lastly, this one, siya yung a sub n natin or yung kumbaga tinatawag natin na general term. Siya yung formula for each term kung paano natin makukuha, okay, yung bawat term or kung paano natin nakukuha yung bawat term for each sequence. Okay? Or for each set of numbers. Yan. So, yan yung parts. So, I hope clear sa inyo yung parts. Ayan, erase na natin para clear yung ating, ayan. So, ayun. Yun yung mga parts. Okay? So, I hope naintindihan na yung different parts of that sigma notation. So, now, let's go expanding it. So, sabi dito, expand the following notation. Ayan. So, when we are expanding, again, kailangan ma-identify, alam natin i-identify kung ano yung first and last term. So, kanina, in-identify natin na yung upper and lower limit natin is yung 5 and 1, respectively. So, lower limit is 1, ibig sabihin siya yung starting term, and then upper limit is 5, or yung ending term. Diyan tayo nag-stop. So, ibig sabihin, yung n natin, okay, equal siya kay 1, 2, 3, 4 hanggang kay 5. Okay? So, paano natin magagamit yung knowledge natin about this one? Kung ilan yung terms or kung ano yung first up to the last term. Okay? We will be substituting that, okay, doon sa ating general term. Okay? Ang mangyayari dyan, okay, since meron tayong 5 term, magiging 2n plus 2n plus 2n plus 2n. Okay? Plus 2n. Bakit plus or bakit addition? Kasi nga, nandyan yung ating sigma sign. So, sum of all. So, we are going to add all. And then, yung n natin dyan, ayan, dito natin siya makukuha. Sa substitute lang natin. So, if n is 1, so 2 times 1. Okay? If n is 2, 2 times 2 times 2. Okay, if n is 3, 2 times 3. If n is 4, 2 times 4. If n is 5, 2 times 5. And then, isosolve na po natin. So, 2 times 1, 2, plus 2 times 2 is 4, plus 2 times 3 is 6, plus 2 times 4 is 8, plus 2 times 5 is 10. Okay? So, pwedeng ganito na, or if you're going to solve that, ayan nga kasi we have to add it, kung paano natin siya makukuha. So, i-add lang ninyo, 2 plus 4 is 6, plus 6 is 12, plus 8 is 20, plus 10 is 30. Okay? So, ito na po yung magiging final answer natin. So, that's how you expand and evaluate eventually the notation given. Yan. Okay, how about this one? So again, we have to expand the following notation. So the sum of the quantity n plus 2 as n goes from 1 to 4. Okay? So in here, ayan, identify natin yung first and last term. Meron tayong 1, okay? 2, 4. Ibig sabihin, ilan yung terms na meron tayo or ilan yung terms na hinahanap natin? Of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, that is 4. So, n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Nakuha po? So, yun lang, ganun lang sa ginawa natin. We have to substitute it. Okay? So, kung meron tayong 4 terms, ang kalalabasan niyan, n plus 2, the quantity n plus 2 plus, ayan, n plus 2 ulit, plus n plus 2 plus n plus 2. Alright, yan. So, substitute lang natin yung 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 4 plus 2. Okay, tama ba? Ayan, check natin. Okay. So, tapos, ano na natin siya? I-solve na natin siya. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 3 plus 2 is 5, plus 4 plus 2 is 6. So, ito na yun, na-expand na natin. So, we're going to get the final answer. So, 3 plus 4, 7. Okay, plus 5, 12, plus 6, 18. Okay, so ito yung answer natin. Ito yung expanded notation natin. Okay, so that's how easy. You're just going to really substitute it. Kailangan lang alam ninyo kung paano tumingin ng ating given. Kung ano yung first and last term at saka yung general term natin. Okay? Let's have this one another. So, expand the following notation. The sum of n squared as n goes from 1 to 5. Okay, so same procedure. So, titignan natin. So, yung first natin ay 1 and then yung ending term natin ay 5. So, yung n natin therefore is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, ito yung isa-substitute ulit natin. So, n squared yung general term. So, n squared plus n squared plus n squared plus n squared plus n squared. So, substitute lang natin 1 squared plus 2 squared plus 3 squared plus 4 squared plus 5 squared. I-solve natin. 1 times 1 or 1 squared is 1. Plus 2 squared, 2 times 2 is 4. Plus 3 squared, okay, again ha, 3 squared, that is 3 times 3, so 9. Okay, kasi yung iba malilito dyan, 3 times 2. 3 squared ang ginagawa nila, minumultiply. 3 times 2, 6. No, that's 3 squared meaning kung ilang beses nyo siya imumultiply by itself. So, 3 times 3. Okay, next. So, plus 4 squared, so 4 times 4, that is 16. And then, 5 squared, we have 25. Yan. Okay, and then if you're going to add that, okay, if you're going to add that, so 1 plus 4 is 5, plus 9 is 14, plus 16 is 30, plus 25, that is 55. So, ito na yung answer natin, okay, and ito yung expanded form natin. Yan. So, that's how you expand this notation. Ayan. So, paano naman kaya, okay, kapag ang given naman natin ay yung mismong expanded form or yung mismong series natin. yung sequence natin. How are you going to write that in sigma notation? Okay? So, kabaliktaran lang siya, kumbaga. Okay? Kabaliktaran. So, for example, meron tayong given dito, okay, na 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. Okay? So, ang mangyayari dyan, titingnan natin yung ating terms, kumbaga. And then, we will look for the pattern. Okay? So, dapat dito magaling kayong tumingin ng pattern. So, yung tinatawag natin na pattern or rule, yun yung general term natin. Kumbaga, kung paano nakukuha. So, 1, after 1, paano nakuha yung 2? Anong inad natin? Or anong minultiply, for example? O, paano nakuha yung 3 after 2? Paano nakuha yung 4 after 3? And so on and so forth. Ayan. So, in here, ayan. So, since meron tayong 6 terms, okay, madali siya actually. Diba? Meron tayong 6 terms. So, pag isusulat natin yan, okay, pag isusulat natin yan, of course, yung summation, symbol natin or yung sigma natin, okay, magkakaroon tayo ng 6 dito sa taas, and then yung n natin, of course, laging mag-start ng 1. Ayan siya, nag-start siya ng 1. So, ang problemahin talaga natin is yung general term. So, in here, since 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, madali lang siya. Okay? Ano kaya? Ano kaya ang magiging general term natin? For this one, since nag-add ka lang ng tigi-isa, okay? Para yung rule natin dito is add 1, 'di ba? Add 1. Kapag add 1, n yung magiging general term natin. O, try natin ha. Kapag n yan, magiging n plus n plus n plus n plus n plus n. Tapos, is-substitute nyo itong nandito. So, 6 terms kasi yun, diba? Diba, from n goes from 1 to 6. So, 6 siya. So, 1, if n is 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, plus 5, plus 6. So, nakuha natin yung nandito. So, ganun lang siya. So, dapat alam ninyo kung, or alam ninyong magtingin or mag-identify ng rule or general term sa isang given na series. So, dito madali lang kasi tigi sa add 1, kaya n lang yun automatic. Okay? O, ayan, paano naman kaya kapag ganito? So, again, we have to write this series into sigma notation. Ayan. So, sabi dyan, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So, for here naman, we have, yan, yung first natin ay 2. First term natin, 2. Tapos, nagtapos siya sa 10. Okay, nagtapos siya sa 10. So, pag susulat natin siya, meron tayong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms. So, pag susulat natin siya, yan yung sigma symbol natin. Okay? So, n is 1 still, and magtatapos siya ng 5th term. Nakuha ninyo? So, yan yung 5th term. So, ibig sabihin may 5 term siya. Okay? So, ang problemahin natin yung ating general term or yung pattern na tinatawag natin. So, paano kaya to? O, paano ba nakukuha? From 2, nagiging 4. Tapos, after 4, 6. After 6, 8. After 8, 10. Okay? Ano kaya ang rule natin dito? Or pattern natin? Diba, imumultiply siya sa 2? Okay? So, multiply by 2. Ito yung parang pinaka-rule natin. So, gagawa na lang natin siya ng, kumbaga, algebraic expression niya. Okay? Algebraic expression. So, imumultiply by 2, yung n natin, o doon na natin makukuha yung 2n. So, paano nakukuha ang n? Minumultiply siya sa 2. O, 2n. Kaya siya 2n. So, ilalagay nyo dito 2n. O, let's check ha. 2n plus 2n, 5 2n dapat yan. Plus 2n plus 2n. So, 1 to 5, ibig sabihin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yun yung isa-substitute natin. So, 2 times 1 plus 2 times 2 plus 2 times 3 plus 2 times 4 plus 2 times 5. So, 2, 4, 6, 8, tapos 10. So, nakuha natin ito, same siya dito. So, again, ang pinaka-main, okay, main natin na tatandaan kapag tayo ay nagsusulat ng series to sigma notation is yung pattern or yung rule. Kapag, anong tawag dito? Kapag alam ninyo mag-identify ng pattern, madali na lang para sa inyo gumawa ng expression na katulad nito. Sinabi natin multiply by 2. Yung number natin ito, it is represented always by n. Okay? Or our variable n. Para uniform siya n. Okay? So, multiply by 2, kaya 2n. 2 times n. Okay? Gets? Ayan. So, ganun lang siya kasimple. Ayan. So, let's try this one. So, 1 plus 4 plus 9 plus 16 plus 25. Okay? Ayan. So, dito, again, identify natin kung ilan yung terms na given dyan. So, dito, meron tayong 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, ibig sabihin yung sigma natin or sigma notation natin ay isusulat natin as n is equal to 1 tapos goes siya to 5. So, from 1 to 5. Ibig sabihin, meron tayong 5 terms. So, ang problemahin ulit natin ay yung general term or yung pattern or yung rule natin. Okay? So, paano ba nakukuha? So, from 1, nagiging 4 siya. Tapos, from 4, nagiging 9. Tapos, nagiging 16. Nagiging 25. Ano kaya yung pattern na makikita natin dito? Okay? So, as you can see, these are perfect squares. Oh, 'di ba? Perfect squares. So, kapag ini-square mo yung given number, okay, makukuha mo sila. For example, 1 squared, 1. Tapos, 2 squared, makukuha mo yung 4. 3 squared, makukuha mo yung 9. 4 squared, makukuha mo yung 16. 5 squared, makukuha mo yung 25. So, yung general natin for this one, yung general term natin dito, yung magiging pattern natin, of course, halatang-halata na. Okay? Kasi pag sinulat natin yan, sige, isulat ko para mas magets ninyo. This one is also equal dito sa sinusulat ko. Ayan. As you can see, ayan. 'Di ba? So, perfect square siya. Ini-square mo yung 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ayan, para makuha mo to. So, madali na lang. Kasi 'di ba kanina meron tayong given na 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ang nilagay lang natin ay n. Pero dito may square siya. So, n squared. So, yun na yung pinaka-pattern natin. 'Di ba? So, n squared. Pag sinubstitute natin yan, pag sinubstitute natin yung 1 up to 5, magiging n squared plus n squared plus n squared plus n squared plus n squared. So, 1 squared, babalik tayo doon sa ating expanded form. Yan. So, 3 squared plus 4 squared plus 5 squared. So, same lang siya dito. Okay? Kapag, ayan, sinolve mo. Siyempre, ayan. Diba? So, same lang siya. Okay? Pag sinubstitute natin. So, that's how you do it. Okay? Kailangan lang talaga marunong kayong tumingin ng pattern and ayan, gawin siyang expression. Yan. Ayan. So, meron pa pala. Okay? So, I think this is the last example for this one. So, let's do it. 1 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9. So, we have to write this one again in sigma notation. Ayan. So, as you notice, ayan, isulat natin. Ilang terms sila ulit? We have 5, right? So, dito, ayan, sigma symbol natin. Tapos, yung n natin, of course, is 1, 2, 5. So, ibig sabihin, meron tayong 5 terms. Okay, so, ang problemahin ulit natin, yung general term. So, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So, sa tingin ninyo, okay, ano kaya yung pattern nito or general rule nito, yung rule natin? So, as you notice, these numbers are odd numbers. O, diba? So, odd numbers, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So, yung mga odd numbers, syempre opposite sila ng even. Yung even, sila yung mga divisible by 2. So, yung mga hindi divisible by 2, like this one, yan, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, and so on and so forth, we call that as odd numbers. Okay? So, the formula, okay, for the nth number, tatandaan ninyo lagi ito ha, okay, ano na siya, parang default na siya. Ang formula, kapag pinag-uusapan natin yung nth odd number is 2n minus 1. Okay? Lalo nag-start tayo dyan sa 1. So, pag pinag-uusapan natin ang nth odd number or ang odd number, tatandaan ninyo yung formula na ito. 2n minus 1. Okay? 2n minus 1. So, let's try. Ilagay natin. 2n minus 1. I-try natin. 2n minus 1 plus 2n minus 1 plus 2n minus 1 plus 2n minus 1. And, ayan. So, isa-substitute natin. So, since we have 5 terms, as we have said here, 1 to 5, ayan. So, 2 times 1 minus 1 plus 2 times 2 minus 1 plus 2 times 3 minus 1 plus 2 times 4 minus 1 plus 2 times 5 minus 1. So, 2 times 1 is 2 minus 1, that is 1. 2 times 2 is 4 minus 1 is 3. Diba? Napapalabas natin. 2 times 3, 6. Minus 1, 5. 2 times 4, 8. Minus 1 is 7. 2 times 5 is 10. Minus 1, that is 9. So, lumabas siya. So, again, tandaan ninyo ha, kapag odd numbers yung pinag-uusapan natin, okay, we will be using this one, general term natin, 2n minus 1. Yan. Okay? Sa inyong mga commonly used na term or general term natin when we talk about, yan, like that, odd numbers. Okay, next up, we have sigma notation and arithmetic sequences. Okay, so paano naman kaya, okay, kapag ang given na natin ay yung mismong sequences na. Okay, so specifically this one, we have here arithmetic sequence 3, 7, 11, 15, and 19. Okay, so paano kaya natin isusulat? Okay, paano natin isusulat ito into sigma notation using this one and using, okay, yung ating formula for arithmetic sequence. So, incorporate na natin yung arithmetic sequence general formula natin for this one. O kasi medyo mahirap na siya kapag hahanapin ninyo. 3, 7, 11, 15, 19, hindi na lang siya yung paisa-isa. N, 2N, ganon. So, para mas mabilis ninyong mahanap yung general term or yung pattern natin dito, gagamitan natin siya ng arithmetic formula natin. Okay? So, first, we have to identify, ano yung pinaka-identify natin dito? Yung ating of course, yung ating a sub 1 and then yung difference, common difference natin. So, as you can see here, ayan, 3, 7, 11, 15, 19. Ang common difference natin dyan, of course, ay, paano natin nakukuha yung bawat term? Diba, nag-add tayo ng 4. So, ang common difference natin ay 4. And then, alam na natin na yung a sub 1 natin, yung first term natin ay 3. Yung last term ay 19. Okay? So, para makuha natin yung general term, para masulat natin siya sa ating sigma notation, para makuha natin yung general term, okay, i-substitute natin siya, yung mga nakita nating given, doon sa formula natin for arithmetic. So, ano ulit yung formula natin for arithmetic? We have a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus the quantity of n minus 1 times D. Okay? So, ayan siya. So, isa-substitute lang natin kung ano yung meron tayo. Okay? So, dito, a sub n, ilagay lang natin, a sub n is equal to a sub 1. Ano yung a sub 1 ulit natin? We have 3. Plus, n natin, of course, that is missing. Maisasama natin yun siya mamaya sa ating general term or rule natin. So, n minus 1, and then yung difference natin, common difference ay 4. Tapos, isolve na natin. So, paano solve yan? We have 3 plus, ito muna. Okay, kasi we have to follow the PEMDAS or the GEMDAS rule. So, 4 or n minus 1 times 4 or 4 times n, that is 4n. 4 times negative 1, negative 4. And then combine similar terms. So, a sub n is equal to, yan, copy lang natin yung 4n, and then ito, pagsamahin natin yung parehong constant. Okay, so pinagsama lang natin siya ha. Then, a sub n is equal to 4n, negative 4, plus 3, that is negative 1. Okay, and after that, yun na yung general term natin. 4n minus 1. So, ganun lang kung paano kumuha. So, pag isusulat natin siya into sigma notation, okay, so yan, the sum of 4n minus 1, so lagyan lang natin siya ng parenthesis, as n goes from 1 to 5, right? So, kahit i-check ninyo yan, makukuha natin ito. Let's try ha, i-expand natin. So, expand, dito ko na lang siya ilalagay. Kasi hindi na kasya pa ba dito? Sige, dito na lang. 4, hindi na siya kasya. Wait lang. So, dito ko na lang siya ilalagay. Expanded siya. Okay? So, 4n plus 1, 4n minus 1. Okay. Plus, ayan, expanded natin siya, 4n minus 1. Kasi sum siya. So, ganito nyo siya isusulat. 4n minus 1. Tingnan natin kung makukuha natin yung 3, 7, 11, 15, and 19. 4n minus 1. Sana kasya. So, substitute natin. So, since we have 1 to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yun yung magiging n natin. So, 1, sana kasya pa siya. Ayan. Sinasubstitute ko lang ha. So, ayan. Plus 4 times 3 minus 1. 4 times 4 minus 1. Tapos, 4 times 5 minus 1. So, dito, hindi na kumasya yung 1. Wait lang. Minus 1. Ayan. So, again, yung 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, kinuha ko lang siya kasi nga, di ba, 5 terms tayo. Sabi dyan, n goes from 1 to 5. Tapos, isolve natin. 4 times 1, 4, minus 1, 3. 4 times 2, 8, minus 1, 7. 4 times 3, 12, minus 1, 11. 4 times 4, 16, minus 1, 15. 4 times 5, 20, minus 1, 19. Diba nakuha natin siya? Right? Pag sinolve pa natin to, ang kalalabasan nito, 3 plus 7 plus 11 plus 15 plus 19 is 55. So, ganun siya. Chinek lang natin. Okay? Pero the answer here is, ayan, simply ito. Okay? Kasi i-write natin siya into sigma notation given this arithmetic sequence. Ayan. Okay? Ayan. So, same lang dito. So, we have to write this given arithmetic sequence into sigma notation. So, again, yung common difference natin dito, halatado na siya, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So, that is 5. And then, i-write natin yung formula natin, arithmetic formula. So, a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. Okay, so a sub n is equal to our a sub 1, the first term is 5 plus, yan, n minus 1, okay, times d is 5. So, a sub n is equal to 5 plus, i-multiply natin to. So, 5 times n is 5n. 5 times negative 1 is negative 5. Tapos, combine similar terms. So, we have 5n minus 5 plus 5. So, kinombine lang natin yung 5 dun sa kasama niya. So, for this one, a sub n is equal to 5n. O, negative 5 plus 5 is 0, so no need to write it. So, ito yung ating general term. So, pag susulat mo siya into sigma notation, ibig sabihin ito, okay, magiging, ito siya, the sum of 5n as n goes from 1 to 5. Okay? O, i-try nating i-check. 5n, kasi may mga trust issues tayo, di ba? Ayan. So, 5n, joke lang, plus 5n plus 5n plus 5n plus 5n. O, bakit 5? Kasi nga from, yung n natin from 1 to 5. So, 5 term siya. So, substitute lang natin. So, since from 1 to 5 tayo, ang magiging value ng n natin dito ay 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, 5 times 1 plus 5 times 2 plus 5 times 3 plus 5 times 4 plus 5 times 5. Alright? Yan. So, substitute or solve natin. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 5 times 2 is 10 plus 5 times 3 is 15 plus 5 times 4 is 20 plus 5 times 5 is 25. O, diba? Napalabas natin yung given na sequence natin. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay? So, that's how you do it. Pinaka-final answer natin dito kasi we're going to write it in sigma notation is this one. Ayan siya. Okay? So, ganun lang. O, diba? So, kung hindi kayo nadadalian or medyo nahihirapan kayo na mag-identify ng sa mata-mata lang, o, diba? Ng ating pattern or rule, of course, you can use this one. Kapag arithmetic series, or kapag arithmetic sequence yung given natin. Okay? Itong formula natin for arithmetic. Yan. Next naman, yung geometric. So, same lang ito doon sa arithmetic sequence natin. Okay? Ang ginamit natin sa arithmetic sequence natin is yung formula niya, yung arithmetic formula niya. Of course, ang gagamitin natin sa geometric ay yung geometric formula. Okay, syempre, yun yung gagamitin natin. So, for this one, example number 1, we have 2, 6, 18, and 54. So, dito, i-identify natin yung common ratio nila. Okay, so paano nakukuha yung common ratio? Dinidivide lang natin yung term doon sa nauna sa kanya. Or for example, yung second term, i-divide natin sa first term. Like this one, 6 divided by 2, that is 3, right? 18 divided by 6 is 3. 54 divided by 18 is 3. So, ang common ratio nila ay 3. Okay? Yan. And, of course, gagamitan natin siya ng formula ng geometric. Ang formula ng geometric, ulitin natin, ay a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1. Okay? Yan. So, in here, of course, we have to substitute kung anong mga nalaman nating given. So, a sub n is equal to our a sub 1, that is our first term, that is 2. Our r is 3, okay, raised to n minus 1. So, wala tayong n dyan. So, n minus 1. Then, okay, i-solve na natin. So, 2 times 3 raised to n minus 1. So, wala na tayong magagawa dyan. Okay? Yan na yung mismong, yan na yung mismong general rule natin or general term natin. Kasi, bakit? Hindi na natin pwedeng i-multiply ba ang 2 at 3? Okay? Hindi. Kasi po, yung 3 ay kasama niya yung n minus 1. So, tandaan yan ha. Hindi na natin pwedeng i-multiply yung 2 at saka 3 kasi, what do you call this? They are dissimilar. Okay? Hindi sila similar terms kasi ito, yan, meron siyang n minus 1 dyan sa taas. Right? Okay. So, ito na yung magiging general term natin. So, pag sinulat natin siya in a form of sigma notation, so, the sum of 2 times 3 raised to n minus 1 as n goes from 1 to 4. Okay? Kasi we have 4, right? So, para i-check, syempre may mga trust issues tayo. Ayan, so 2 times 3 raised to n minus 1 plus 2 times 3 raised to n minus 1 plus 2 times 3 raised to n minus 1 plus 2 times 3 raised to n minus 1. So, in here, ayan, isubstitute lang natin. So, 2 times 3 raised to 1 minus 1. So, again ha, 4 terms tayo, kaya ang isa-substitute natin dun sa n natin ay 1, 2, 3, and 4. Plus 2 times 3 raised to 2 minus 1. Ayan, wait lang, baka mali na yung nasulat ko. 2 times 3 raised to 3 minus 1. And then, 2 times 3 raised to 4 minus 1. Yan, tama ba? So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, tama. Next, i-solve na natin. So, 2 times 3 raised to 1 minus 1 is 1 minus 1 is 0. So, plus 2 times 3 raised to 2 minus 1 is 1. And then, 2 times 3 raised to 3 minus 1 is 2. And then, we have here 2 times 3 raised to 4 minus 1 is 3. Tama ba yung susulat ko? Yan. Okay, tama. Next, 2 times 3 raised to 0 is 2 times, any number raised sa 0 that is always equal kay 1. So, always remember that ha. Rule natin ito sa mga, yan, may exponent ng 0. So, again, class, if nakalimutan na ninyo, let me remind you, any number raised to 0 ay always equal kay 1. Okay, any number raised to 0 is always equal to 1. So, 3 raised to 0 is 1. Kaya naging 2 times 1. Plus, 2 times 3 raised to 1, that is 2 times 3. Plus, 2 times 3 raised to 2 is 9. Plus, 2 times 3 raised to 3 is 27. So, pag sinold natin yan, 2 plus 6 plus 18 plus 54. So, napalabas natin yung 2, 6, 8, 54. So, ibig sabihin, tama itong nakuha natin. Okay? Or tama itong nakuha natin na general term or yung pattern natin. Yan. Next, ayan, last example na tayo. 3, 9, 27, 81. Okay, so 3, 9, 27, 81. So again, paano natin makukuha yung first kunin natin yung common ratio? Paano yon? I-divide lang natin. Second term sa first term and then so on and so forth. So 9 divided by 3, that is 3. 27 divided by 9 is 3 also. 81 divided by 27 is 3 also. So we have a common ratio of 3. And then our formula for geometric sequences ay a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1. Okay? So, isa-substitute lang natin yung mga nandyan sa given. So, a sub n is equal to our a sub 1. Of course, that is our first term. We have here 3 times r is 3 raised to n minus 1. Okay? So, again, mamumultiply pa ba natin ito? 3 times 3 raised to n minus 1? No na. Kasi itong 3, ang kasama niya ay n minus 1. So, ito na yung ating magiging general term or magiging pattern natin. Okay? Ayan. So, to write that in sigma notation, ayan. So, the sum of 3 times 3 raised to n minus 1 as n approaches or goes by 1, okay? 2, ilan tayo? We have 4. So, we have 4, diba? We have 4 terms. Yan. So, ito na yung magiging ano natin. So, kung i-check natin yan, sige, i-check natin, expand dito na lang baka hindi ko masya. So, 3 times 3, ay wait lang, baka malito tayo. Baba ko. Yan. So, we have 3 times 3 raised to n minus 1 plus, so we have apat na term, right? Ay, bakit? Saglit. 3n minus 1 plus, ay, bakit ko nalalagyan ng parenthesis? 3 plus 3 raised to n minus 1 plus 3 times 3 raised to n minus 1. Yan. So, pakiintindi na lang mga anak yan. So, we have to substitute na. So, we have to substitute. So, since yung n natin ay from 1 to 4, ang isa-substitute natin na value sa n ay 1, 2, 3, and 4. Of course. So, 3 times 3 raised to 1 minus 1 plus 3 times 3 raised to 2 minus 1 plus 3 times 3 raised to 3 minus 1 plus 3 times 3 raised to 4 minus 1. Tapos, isosolve na natin. So, 3 times 3 raised to 1 minus 1 is 0 plus 3 times 3 raised to 1 plus 3 times 3 raised to 3 minus 1 is 2 plus 3 times 3 raised to 4 minus 1 is 3. Tapos, solve natin. So, 3 times, o any number again, any number raised kay 0 ay always equal kay 1. Yan. Plus 3 times 3 raised to 1, that is 3 times 3. And then, 3 times 3 squared is 9. Plus 3 times 3 cubed. So, 3 times 3 times 3, that is 27. Tama? 3 times 3 is 9 times 3, 27. Tapos, isolve natin. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 3 times 3 is 9, plus 3 times 9 is 27, plus 3 times 27 is 81. So, napalabas natin yung given natin dyan. Okay? So, ayan. Ang ating sigma notation for this sequence using yung geometric sequence natin, formula, is this one. Sum of 3 times 3 raised to n minus 1 as n goes to 1 to 4. Yan. Okay? So, that's how you do the sigma notation. So, I hope naintindihan. Okay? That's it for this video. Thank you so much.